In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper. I am the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. Well, we see what the title is. Defenders of Farrakhan are wimpy and pathetic. Yes, indeedy. Yes, they are. It's nothing personal. Making an observation, and it's true. I'm going to tell you why it's true. I want to say this. Like I said, it's not personal. My grievance against the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is a little personal, but over 90% when I speak about him and the teachings of the Nation of Islam, it's not personal. Louis Farrakhan is an incompetent leader. Yes, he can talk. Yes, he can motivate. But he's not a leader. He has no creativity. He has no vision. He has no plan. He's not a leader. And if you stop being biased and prejudiced and look at the actual accomplishment, the history of over 40 years, you will see that this is a fact. 40 years of nothing. I mean a little bit of something. And you give credit where credit is due. But based upon the thousands of people that help you, based upon the millions, if not billions of dollars that you have had come through your hands, after 40 years, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Malcolm X had much less support, much less money, and produced a whole lot more. The Black Panther Party had less support, far less money, and the Black Panther Party was able to offer free meals to children, free medical health care. The Nation of Islam under Louis Farrakhan offers nothing. They are hiding, they are in quarantine, just like the rest of the country. Louis Farrakhan's leadership in 40 years did not prepare his own people or soul brothers and sisters for a virus or other natural disaster or some type of catastrophe. Leadership, when you have an unusual circumstance or a disease or a drought or a flood or whatever the hell it is, leadership is supposed to have us prepared. Louis Farrakhan was the leader, and we had Hurricane Katrina. How did the Nation of Islam respond? They wasn't even ready for nothing like that at all. So they responded reactionary. Uh-oh, what can we do? You're not prepared for any type of future scenario, and that's what leadership does, because leadership looks ahead of time. Competent leadership has a plan. Now, of course, you can't do more than what your resources allow, but under the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, they have a lot of connections, a lot of resources. And so now you're going through this virus, and you see nothing from that platform. And of course, Louis Farrakhan himself, because he has a compromised immune system, he must stay out of the public for a fact. I want to share, or I want to say,
speed limit reduced ahead,
and include my grievance. Like I told you, this is nothing personal. It's just true observation. I was introduced to the teachings of Elijah Muhammad when I was a young boy. Hey, what's up there, wise thinker?
Speed limit reduced ahead.
I have family members who have lived and died in the Nation of Islam. Some of them under the leadership of Louis Farrakhan. I have brothers and sisters of whom I maintain certain friendship with them. I do not hate the Nation of Islam. I do not hate believers in Master Farrakhan Muhammad. I do not hate nobody. I must speak. Hey, what's up there, Brother Gary? I must speak.
Speed warning.
And bring the real. Otherwise, I need to shut this channel down. Otherwise, I need to sit down. The Nation of Islam just announced that 5 of its members, soldiers and warriors in that belief system, they lost 5 recently to this virus. And one of the most known is a brother that I also knew, Temple number 7, the minister there. And when I heard the news and when my family heard the news, of course, this was very sorrowful and it was a tragedy.
Speed warning.
Just because I have critique of Minister Farrakhan does not mean I lose my humanity. Does not mean, again, I don't hate nobody. I don't dislike nobody. But I must speak on this topic and give true observation, valid observation. Being that I helped Mr. Farrakhan for 9 years, I earned the right to speak. Where was you in 1981 when I was selling Final Call newspapers? Where was you at on the corners of New York when there was a potential war getting ready to happen between the followers of Farrakhan and the followers of Ward-Dean Muhammad on the streets of New York? Where was you at?
Speed warning.
Where was you at? At the large meeting that we had at Madison Square Garden? Where was you at when Minister Farrakhan was talking to 30 people or less? I was there when Farrakhan was talking to people. The audience was 30 or less. I was with Farrakhan when he was wearing the same shoes and suits every day, riding around in the same old broke down cars. I sacrificed my time. I gave him my own personal dreams and wants. And you're gonna disrespect me. I have earned the right to speak, just like any soldier has the right to speak about the government that they sacrificed and suffered. Some of them gave their lives. Well, of course, if they gave their lives, they cannot speak about the government. But they earned that right. I am a veteran. I am an FOI. I am a soldier. And as far as they are concerned, I'm still that. My name is in the book of life. Whether you like it, whether I like it or not.
Speed warning.
I am still in good standing. Whether you like it or not, or even Minister Farrakhan like it or not, because I did nothing to be kicked out or ostracized from that organization. I earned my right to speak. I did the best I could. And I'm not going to be a hypocrite and keep hanging around in a place and I no longer believe in that doctrine. Why would you want somebody to hang around? And I'm telling you, I don't believe in that anymore. That's when I was a child, when I was a teenager. I'm grown now. And like the Bible said, I put away childish things because I'm an adult now. Those are childish teachings for me. Those are fairy tales. Aesop's fables. But I send my condolence and I send my sympathy toward the families of those who suffered these losses, this terrible disease that many of your black leadership, these suckers that y'all listen to, they downplay. And I told you a long time ago, when it first started happening, usually when these things happen, yeah, it starts off. It starts off, yeah, it might affect Caucasian people the most. But usually it always turn around. It's soul brothers and sisters. It's the black man and woman who end up being the greatest victim that becomes the face of the disease. So here we are. With all this pseudo-black scholarship. Eat your vegetables. That'll stop the coronavirus. Eat your vegetables. Drink some elixirs. Somebody said paint your room with lead paint. It'll kill the virus. Yeah, but the lead paint gonna kill you too. Where do you buy lead paint? They stopped dealing with lead paint, lead gas a long time ago. Because lead is poisonous. If that's the case, the people of Flint, Michigan shouldn't be dying from the coronavirus because their water full of lead. Remember? So they shouldn't have a coronavirus problem at all. Hey, what's up there, twin? What's up there, Chris? Now look. Again, much respect, and I send my condolences to the Nation of Islam for their loss. I'm not some type of cold-hearted monster. I don't hate nobody. But just like you, just like the minister Farrakhan, he said, well, I gotta tell the truth. Now, how come the people you tell the truth about, you don't expect them to get upset, but when it's your turn, you act just like they do, because somebody is telling the truth. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it all ways. If you can talk about the Jews, if you can talk about the truth about the white man and the Jews, then if you can dish it out, then you can take it. There's nobody on this planet that is perfect. There's nobody that is sin-free. The same way you can talk about somebody, you have done something or doing something that somebody can talk about you. So stop being a crybaby. If you can dish it out, you should be able to take it. Your problem is this truth, these observations is so strong you know they are true. Instead of trying to be better, instead of accepting that truth, you're gonna fight it. So that's the problem that the white man have, that's the problem that the Jews have, and that's the problem the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan have, and all you suckers, when truth comes to your door, you can't handle it, you can't take it. So none of you are no better than Lucifer or the devil and the people you talk about. You are the same way. They don't give a damn about truth, and you don't either.
Speed warning.
All of you are self-righteous suckers. Righteous only in your eyes. Only in your eyes. At this point, before I actually start talking about these wimpy defenders of Farrakhan, because really they are embarrassment. They really are. Look, the American Negro, the African American, however you want to call us, this is a fact. What is a fact? This is a fact. We are more of a slave than we are free. This is a fact. A little more than 300 years of slavery. We as a group of people, you have not been so-called free as long as you was an actual slave. This is a fact. You've been so-called free for a little over 100 years. We as a people were slaves close to 400 years, if not 400 years. This is a fact. You just came out of slavery, physical bondage. My rant about that is this. If this is true, and my numbers might be off a little bit, but when it's all said and done, I know that we as a people have been a slave more than been free. Longer. This is a fact. Now, for hundreds of years, we was not allowed to read or write. Do you know also, the slave was denied religion. So for over 100 years, you was denied religion, you was denied reading and writing, you was denied education. This is a fact. What is mind-boggling to me is how smart some of y'all are now in 2020. You so smart. You get here on YouTube and you try to impress other slaves with your big long words and all the books you read, and boy, you just so smart.
Speed warning.
Last year your ass was a slave. Now you know all about astral projection. Now funny, you was on the plantation for 300 years. None of y'all ass astral project your ass off the slave plantation. Harriet Tubman was close to God and she was spiritual. She said that she actually had some type of relationship with God, but God never, what's up there, Sean? But God never astral project her nowhere. She had to swim through rivers, get bit up by mosquitoes, probably got chased by coyotes, all kinds of stuff to escape slavery. Here you are in 2020, the black man is God, and you talking about the universe and how the universe was created. Just last year, your ass was a slave, picking cotton. Now y'all experts on astral projection. Y'all talk to Jesus. You met Muhammad last night at the bar. Y'all the smartest ass folks on the planet. Spiritual as hell. A bunch of know-it-alls. You got the supreme wisdom, the supreme knowledge, the intelligence. All of a sudden, how the hell did this happen?
Continue on this road for 12 miles.
And where was all this when you was picking cotton? Where was this when the slave master was busting your ass with that whip on your back? All this supreme wisdom and knowledge and understanding, and black man is God. God getting his ass whipped. God getting his ass raped every day on the slave plantation. The goddess getting her womb cut open and her baby God getting stuck in the damn ground by the slave master. Now y'all the experts on everything.
Speed warning.
You live in fantasy. You live in delusions. You love it. And the reason why you like that is because of the slave plantation. You was feeling helpless. Just like some of these children in abusive households.
Speed warning.
You make up friends in your mind. You make up different world. Woo! Yes! Oh, man. Woo! Man.
Speed warning.
People who are in abusive relationships, especially children, They go within themselves and they make up a place where they can go, where they can feel safe and feel protected and feel happy. I come from the tribe of Shabazz. I'm a Moor. I'm an Egyptian. I can astral project. All this stuff you make up because you was abused for 300 years and make up these worlds and these realms and these dimensions because you was in an abusive relationship.
Speed warning.
Over 300 years and you still in an abusive relationship. Give me Jesus. Give me Muhammad. Give me dimension number X. Give me the Anunnaki. Give me anything except get me out of this real world that I gotta deal with, living with racists day in and day out. This unjust, violent,
speed warning,
coronavirus-filled world. That's why you act and you behave the way you do. You connect to these fairy tales. Oprah Winfrey had a show, an episode, where this little Caucasian girl, she was in a world of her own, talking rats and mice and squirrels. And really the little girl didn't even want to be bothered with Oprah because she in her own little world with her talking mice, talking rats and squirrels and other animals and strange people that only she can see. So you astral project and you saw Jesus and you met Muhammad. You the only one that can see this because it's your own little personal getaway. It's your own little personal world. That's what religion does for you. That's what spirituality does for you. It helps you get away from reality because you've been abused and exploited. And the world hates you. So when you go to Dimension X, when you astral project your body and all these other things that y'all believe in, it gives you a moment of peace. And you don't like nobody like me that show up because I break your peace. I remind you of the reality and you don't like reality. Let me stay in Dimension X. I want to visit the Anunnaki. Hey, what's up there, James? I want to feel smart. I want to feel smart. Let me tell you about the reptile people disguised as human beings on the planet. Let me tell you about Planet X. I want to feel smart. Look, I'm special. I'm divine. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Low self-esteem, a feeling of hopelessness, a feeling of being worthless. So I can go out, I can go in my own little world, and I can feel a place of refuge. I'm not interested in a real refuge, like taking control of a state. That's too much damn work. I go into my imagination and hide among the stars out in the universe. That's real. I cannot debate you about that because it is real in your mind. The little Caucasian girl, it is real. Only in her mind. The only one who experienced is you. If you can go to all these dimensions and realms, why don't y'all never meet each other? You never meet another person that believes the way you do.
Speed warning.
Because it's only in your mind. If you can astral project, if you can go to different dimensions and realms, other people think and believe the way you do, how come y'all never meet each other? So you know, I met so-and-so. I was in another realm, and that brother so-and-so, he was there too. You never hear them talk like that, because it's all in your individual head. It's your getaway. It's the feeling you get when you put that bath powder in your water and take a bath, and you say, Calgon, take me away. Laying in that bath water makes you feel good, you feel relaxed, takes all your cares away for a few minutes. How is it possible that we were slaves just yesterday and now y'all filled up with all this incredible knowledge? How is it possible that you did not show none of this knowledge and understanding when we were slaves on the plantation? Why? Why? If you can astral project, how come they couldn't do it on the slave plantation? Why didn't they see Jesus on a cloud on the slave plantation? Now in 2020, you go on YouTube, all this stuff these people claim. They go to different dimensions and realms, and they saw Jesus, and the list goes on and on. This is a sign of abused people. I'm going to meet Allah.
Speed warning.
In dimension number 25. Spirituality, religion.
Left on I-255 East.
This black conscious mythology stuff is all fairy tales and delusions created by a people who have been abused hundreds of years. It's not real. And they get very angry at you when you tell them it's not real. Oh, you don't understand. You're not smart enough. Your heart is not in the right place. There's nothing you got, sucker, I can't comprehend. There's no supreme knowledge or wisdom. There's nothing you got I can't comprehend. If it's real, your crap is not real. That's why people have problems understanding, because it's not real. The only one who understands what you're talking about is another person who believes the same way that you believe in.
In a half mile.
That's the only one.
On I-255 East.
And y'all still don't connect because your imagination is separate from their imagination.
Warning. In a quarter mile, keep to the left on I-255 East.
A people that just come out of slavery, and y'all so smart. But if you notice, all this wisdom, all this stuff, all this knowledge and wisdom that they claim they understand or know, it has not changed your condition. You're still here living with the peckerwood. You still got the coronavirus. You're still unemployed. You still got the EBT card. You still getting shot in the head by a racist peckerwood. You still got crazy ass children at home that you're forced to be with because of the coronavirus. You can't get a break.
Take exit 195.
You can't throw your bad undisciplined children off on the public school system. They closed for the year, so you got to deal with them. The children that you love, that you really don't give a damn about for real. It was just something to do, and you have children just because it was something to do. It felt good, and society expects you to have children, and that's all. You really don't love the children. Just something to do. That's all. You don't really love no damn body.
Speed warning.
Why do you say that, brother? You don't love your children. You got them living with racists.
In a quarter mile.
You don't produce no food, no clothing, no shelter.
Turn left at 0.2 miles. Speed warning.
The white man is actually taking care of your children. And the white man taking care of your dumb ass too.
Turn left on Road, and then take the exit.
You're not a man.
550 feet.
You're not a woman. I don't care if you got $1 million. You was able to get that $1 million because the Caucasian people allowed you to do that. They allowed you to do that.
Continue on this road for 177 miles.
If that's not the truth, why didn't you do it during slavery? Where was all these millions of dollars that you got during Jim Crow and the Black Code? All this stuff that you doing and you got now. They allow you to do this now. You obey their laws and their policy. And when you get out of line, they send you to jail or to death row. You have no power. That's why you turn to astral projection. That's why you turn to Muhammad and Jesus and Osiris and whatever else you can find. Because in those worlds, you are God and everything goes your way. But in the real world,
Speed warning.
you're still a slave. And you don't like it. But instead of really trying to change the condition, you run and hide in an imaginary world. Instead of seeking a real refuge, taking control of a state, and from there, the creation of your own nation, it's easier to go run and hide like a coward. Jesus gonna fix it. Muhammad gonna fix it. The Anunnaki gonna fix it. Whatever, in your imaginary world. So these people claim supreme wisdom, and they so damn smart. And some of them call themselves defenders of Farrakhan. If you are a believer in those teachings, then you have the supreme wisdom. You're supposed to be real smart, real intelligent. If you interact with the defenders of Farrakhan, you will not see this supreme wisdom. You will not see this intelligence. They are an embarrassment to Minister Farrakhan. I would not call myself a defender of Farrakhan, and they don't have the intelligence. They don't have the wisdom to defend nobody, least Farrakhan. They are embarrassment. This is what they call defending Farrakhan. You ask a question they don't like. They say, what is your intent? What do you mean, what is my intent? I'm just asking a question.
Speed warning.
What is your intent by asking the question? You mean to tell me people don't have the right to ask questions? They get upset because you ask a question. If you are a defender of Farrakhan, you should be ready for all questions, no matter what it is. Because you are a defender of Farrakhan. But the reason why you ask that question, because you don't know what, you don't have an answer. You don't know how to respond. Their idea of defending Farrakhan is, what is your intent? You sound like an agent provocateur. You're a coon. You're a hypocrite. That is not defending Farrakhan. That's a sign of unintelligence. That's an immature mind. That's silly people. And y'all make Farrakhan, you're supposed to be defending Farrakhan, you make him look worse. Like, damn. Is this what Farrakhan produced? Some silly, wacky, wimpy, pathetic creeps like this? You are an embarrassment. And hollering and screaming don't mean that you are defending Farrakhan. Clearly, you have not watched Minister Farrakhan himself in action. Look how he responds to questions. Look how he defends himself. He's supposed to be your example on how to defend the faith. Then you're going to turn around and tell me, well, brother, you need to study. It's not my job to study nothing. That's your job. If you was as student, if you was as intelligent, if you knew what the hell you was talking about, then you would not have to call people a coon, an agent provocateur, and all this other nonsense that you come up with because you are unable to respond to valid inquiry or observation. When I wore a bow tie in the 1980s, I was a defender of my faith. I was a defender of Farrakhan. I took on all challenges. Matter of fact, you didn't have to come into my house. I'll come into your house. That's how confident I was. I defend my faith and I defend Farrakhan. I did not never call nobody a coon, an agent provocateur, a sellout. I defended my faith with my intelligence and my study. These people don't study. And I did not regurgitate from a Farrakhan DVD. When you listen to these defenders of Farrakhan, they sound just like a Farrakhan DVD. Almost verbatim, because they have not studied anything. They have not researched anything. They just copying, regurgitating, plagiarizing Farrakhan. So when you ask them questions or bring observation, something that Farrakhan has not already brought an answer to, you leave them, they are left high and dry. They don't know how to respond. Even people like Brother Ben X. I saw Nature Boy ask Brother Ben X a very simple, very respectful question, and he blocked Nature Boy. See? And all Brother Ben X do is regurgitate and copy what he heard on a Farrakhan DVD. That is not learning. That's being a mindless zombie. That's being a robot. You're not being yourself. So I watched Brother Ben lately, and he tries to stay out of that environment, because if you're trying to defend Minister Farrakhan, that's a never-ending battle, and it's a never-ending battle you will never win. How you gonna call somebody a coon and an agent provocateur? Minister Farrakhan kissed Father Flager in the public, dead in the mouth. But he's not a coon. Farrakhan is not a coon. Farrakhan play his little violin for the Jews. The Jews he talk about all the time. He pick up his violin and he play for Jews. But he's not a coon. Farrakhan is in the bed with Scientology. But he's not a coon. Farrakhan is not just learning from Scientology. He has a relationship with those people. He's buying the members of the Nation of Islam, going in their pockets, giving these people money. He's in the bed with these people. He's not just learning, he's in the bed with these people, but he's not a coon. His daughter-in-law is a Caucasian. His grandchildren are biracial. His father and mother-in-law are Caucasian, but he's not a coon. Please explain to me all these things. How can you do all these things, but he's not a coon? Minister Farrakhan is a coward. He called for the death of Malcolm X. He is a suspected accessory to murder, whether you like it or not. In the 1980s, he made a threat against that journalist Milton Coleman. And then, when he thought he might be charged with a crime, his coward ass backed off and tried to explain, well, I didn't mean it like that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, sir. He's a coward. He will inspire you to go out and commit murder, but he's not gonna bust a grape. This is a fact. Minister Farrakhan used Jesse Jackson to get into the national spotlight. And then he threw Jesse Jackson under the bus after he threw a wrench in his presidential campaign. That's how Farrakhan operates. I know, I was there. I watched the whole thing. You can't tell me nothing. I saw what Farrakhan did to Jesse. And then every time he get in a room with Jesse, he want to try to show off like he's smarter and greater and better than Jesse. If it wasn't for Jesse Jackson, he would never have gotten into the national spotlight. Jesse Jackson did that for him. Jesse Jackson took him on a trip to Iraq, I believe it was, and they rescued that prisoner of war, this brother. What was his name? What was his name? I forgot the name of that brother. Ronald Goodman, I believe that's what his name was. He was a prisoner captured over there, and Jesse Jackson took an entourage of people and took ragged-ass Farrakhan with him. Farrakhan was not invited. Nobody didn't give a damn about Farrakhan. He was riding the coattail of Jesse Jackson, and now all of a sudden, he the greatest thing in the world. If you do your research, you will see that Jesse, even though Jesse ain't the greatest in the world either, but Jesse actually accomplished and did more for black folks with substance than Farrakhan ever have done even to this day. This is a fact. Jesse Jackson actually was helping people keep their jobs. Jesse Jackson was getting people to hire black folks. Jesse Jackson was doing things to help the black community. The only thing Farrakhan done was make a damn speech. That's all. Farrakhan threw Jesse Jackson under the bus. He threw Khalid Muhammad under the bus. Khalid Muhammad was getting too much shine. Farrakhan is a glory hound. And he got rid of Khalid Muhammad. Now he got all these people, and he's not threatened by them at all. Bunch of brown nosers. Farrakhan threw Malcolm X under the bus. He was a snitch. He was a snitch. Every time Malcolm did something, run to Elijah Muhammad. Messenger, Malcolm X. Now see, those guys was doing that. And you give them a pass. They running around like little gossiping hens. Senile old women. Every time Malcolm said or did, there they go, running to Elijah Muhammad. Punk ass dude. They couldn't do with Malcolm themselves. So they gonna go tell Elijah Muhammad. They a bunch of punk ass dudes. FOI 1965, bunch of punk ass dudes. Little girls. They was worse than the MGT. Matter of fact, you didn't even hear all that kind of action from the MGT. It was them punk ass dudes. Elijah, Holy Apostle, Malcolm doing this, Malcolm said that. That's right, twin, shake my head. Bunch of pathetic losers. Pass. Defenders of Farrakhan is more of an embarrassment, and they make the Nation of Islam look more pathetic. See, now there are some very intelligent defenders of Farrakhan. They will just simply leave it alone. Thank you, my brother. You made some good points. Their business. That's what intelligent people do. But these dumbass suckers, they so arrogant, they hyped up on the superior teachings, they think they smart, but then when they are challenged, they fall all apart. Maurice Muhammad is an embarrassment trying to defend Farrakhan. He's one of the most well-known type folks. You are wasting your time trying to defend Mr. Farrakhan. The man got too much stuff. It's a never-ending battle, and you won't win. It's simple as that. You're gonna believe and you're gonna support, whether it's a lie or the truth, and that's just the reality of it. Don't get angry at people. This is 2020, social media. You are going to get called out. You can't handle the pressure, get out the kitchen. Simple as that. You only make yourself look bad. You cannot defend Farrakhan. That's a waste of time. He has too many flaws. Mr. Farrakhan has 18 children. Only nine by his wife. Where these other 9 come from? They say by four or 5 other women. This holy Farrakhan got too much stuff rolling. He's a double hypocrite. He confessed to being a hypocrite. Well, actually, he's a triple hypocrite. Farrakhan is a triple hypocrite because first he said he believed in Jesus and betrayed Jesus. Then when he went to Elijah Muhammad and betrayed Elijah Muhammad, he said it out of his own mouth. I became a hypocrite. Then he went to Imam Wardi Muhammad. He became a hypocrite. He was a hypocrite 3 times strong. Now all of a sudden, he's an expert on God. He's the new Christ. Man, try to defend Farrakhan is a losing battle. That man has got too much dumb stuff going on.
Speed warning.
You only make yourself look stupid trying to defend him. Now back in the 80s, before Farrakhan went insane, it was easy to defend the faith. It was easy to defend Farrakhan. 2020, people have done their study on the Nation of Islam. It's a lot of things they know now I didn't know in the 1980s. I'm like, wow, if I knew all this stuff that I know now back in the 80s, I never would have joined the Nation of Islam. Never.
Speed warning.
It's got too much crap going on. Especially if I knew what they done to Malcolm X. I would never have joined. I love Elijah Muhammad to my heart. Elijah Muhammad is my father, the only father I ever really known. But my father was wrong how he treated Malcolm X. My father is wrong for getting these young women pregnant in secret. He's wrong. I'm not going to support that. Not going to do it. So I wish those who defend Farrakhan, I wish you luck, because you gonna need luck and a whole lot of other stuff. With that said, I thank you for listening. I thank you for your commentary. I thank you for being you. I want you to be you. I don't want you to be Angel Snubbing Up 7. I want you to be you. Because if you try to be me, and I talk to you, it'll be like I'm talking to myself, and that's a sign of insanity. I don't want to be talking to myself. Especially when I'm answering myself. I want you to be you. There's nothing wrong with being you. There's nothing wrong with your brain. There's nothing wrong with how you think. There's nothing wrong with you. You are just as smart and divine as anybody else on this planet. Farrakhan is not smarter than you. Muhammad, Jesus, the people that can astral project, they are not smarter and better than you are. We want to be better. We want to be greater. I know something. You ever see those little children on the playground? I know something you don't know. I know something you don't know. What is it that you know? I ain't gonna tell you. Because they got a secret the other children don't know. As long as the other children don't know, they can feel special. And that's what you see. You got people, I know something that you don't know. Why is it that only special people can get close to God? I thought all of us are children of God. But only Farrakhan, only T.D. Jakes, only Joe Osteen, Creflo Dollar, and the list goes. Only God has his favorites, picks and chooses. That's not right. That's not right. I question a God like that. How would you feel in your family and you got certain brothers and sisters that your parents pay attention to and don't give you any attention, don't tell you nothing? Then your parents tell you, don't talk to them, speak through one of your siblings. You know you ain't going for that. The only way I can go to heaven is through Jesus. Well, I guess I won't be going to heaven then. I guess I will not be going to heaven. The only way you can see the hereafter is through the revelation of Prophet Muhammad. I guess I won't be seeing the hereafter. Because they're not special to me. Putting people on these pedestals. You're just as special, divine. Your value is just as good. I'm just as valuable as Jesus is. I'm just as valuable as Muhammad or any of these other folks out here. Brother, you ain't valuable as Jesus. As far as I'm concerned, I am. So, if I need to go through Jesus, or Farrakhan or Noah Drew Ali or whoever the divine one is, I guess I won't be going to heaven. I won't be going to planet X. I guess I won't be invited to the next Anunnaki party or whatever. That's fine with me. I'll be happy to be put 6 foot in the ground and let the worms eat my body. That's good enough for me. Fine and dandy. No big deal. But when you live in these imaginary worlds, oh no, I'm not gonna die. The worms may eat the body. See, you can't squirm out of that because your ass gonna die. See, you wish you could squirm out of that, but you can't. You know you're gonna die. You know you gotta give the ghost. So you make up these damn stories, these lies. Well, see, my soul, I'm gonna go to the sun, and the sun is a living being, and the sun is gonna take care. Oh man, it get worse and worse. I can't do it, y'all. This ministry rejects all spirituality, religion, and black conscious hocus pocus. And fairy tales, and you need your imaginary world, then I guess you gotta go. I am not leaving, and there's nothing you can say that can get me off this platform. Nothing. Because what you're telling me is not real. And I'm never going to accept it. I'm not going to accept your God, your spirits, your astral projection, your dimensions, your realms, your decoding, and all that other imaginary nonsense that abused slaves have created. Not doing it. And if you don't want to be my brother, you don't want to be my sister because you can't convert me to your nonsense, then so be it. So be it. On that note, let me get out of here. Again, I thank you for listening. Jot down your comments. Subscribe, like, whatever you feel that you want to do. And I know I haven't been talking in a little while, but I got some back. Yeah, I know, Brother Gary. Peace to my brother Gary. Subscribe to Cool Cutter. And that's all, folks.